Each and every one of you is very important to me, very important person, because you have a vision for a business. Is that so? Do let me know. Maybe you're already running a business, or you are pivoting, going from one type of business to another that is more aligned with who you are. Maybe you're transitioning from, let's say, corporate environment to doing what you love, or you already have a business and you brought it to a certain level and you feel deep in your heart you want to take it to entirely next level. But I have something else that I know about you. Business is not just business for you. There are plenty of people out there for who business is simply a way to make money, to find a gap in the marketplace, to do it in what I call reactive consciousness. Where do I can fit in? Oh, over there, I can fill that gap in the marketplace and use my logic, to logical mind and logical capacity and typical blueprints to fill that gap, make money, everyone is happy, goodbye. But business can be that. It can be that. But for most of us, modern day leaders, this type of business is A, definitely not sustainable, B, definitely not enjoyable. C, it can actually cause a lot of trouble. What we call traditional way of running a business. It can cause a lot of trouble. It's because what we call traditional business and traditional business world is very much based on the energy and paradigm of distorted energetics, distorted masculine energetics. Now, I know we have at least one, maybe more powerful man in the room. This is not your fault, okay? This is for us women as well. We do have feminine and masculine energies in ourselves as well, and in universal consciousness as well. And both masculine and feminine energy, they're both very incredibly important, but they both have their distorted or hurt aspect, yes, and their empowered aspect. And we are now waking up, literally waking up from the paradigm in the world where we're going from the hurt, disempowered, distorted, masculine led by masculine type of world running the business, which is, and we all feel it, men or women, we all feel it, we all know how it's just not freaking working. And we know it's not working because we still have men and women throwing themselves off the roofs of the big corporations, because it's still so much of this, you gotta succeed, it's got a shit ton of responsibilities, you gotta sacrifice even your family, even your health, you gotta prove yourself, you gotta go. And it's extremely not healthy. Burnout, yes, I experienced it. Maybe many of you experienced it, and feeling like crap, feeling like, sacrificing ourselves. I've had it in my life, when I had crisis in marriage, etc. But we're here to change it. We're here to change it. And this is where I believe why I've been given the, if you like, responsibility to structuralize and bring the business energetics to the world in a more full and powerful way. Business energetics to me is epitome. It's healing this crisis, and it's helping those change makers, those of us who feel, you know, that there must be another way of doing a business. There must be, there is no way, and it's no way, it's really no way, that is the only way to be crazily successful is to kill ourselves. No, it's not the only way. It's not the only way. There must be a way, and yes, there is a way, where in equal measure, as you grow your business and success, you grow your sense of aliveness, you grow how happy you are, you grow your confidence, you grow your fulfillment, you grow the depths of your relationships, you grow love you feel for yourself, for your loved ones, from your loved ones, from your romantic partners, and so forth. Yes, I'm here to tell you that it is possible to grow your business from level to level and to next level much more easily with far less effort, and grow all of that other beautiful stuff in the same way. And that's what to me is business energetics. When we stop relying on especially the wounded masculine strategies alone, and start leaning into what I call the most powerful currency on the planet. And that is your energy. That is your energy. That is your spirit, spirituality. That is who you are. I've been doing this. It first came to me, roughly speaking, 11 years ago. This idea. At the time, I was in a crisis mode when I had nothing to my name, nothing, or almost nothing. I would be lying if I said nothing, almost nothing. As in, I had a young, beautiful family. I had 2 children, wonderful husband. I had a dream. I had experience of pretty successful business. But what happened with my first business was I was very connected initially to my first business. I still used my mind and mind manifesting by me consciousness to make it work. So I worked my ass off. I made it successful. I was teaching and running leadership training, sales trainings, NLP trainings to amazing people from around the world. But in all that, I was so much giving and working so hard that I was constantly brushing away and putting aside fears that were in my mind. And that is fears that I will lose it all, the code that was running in my family, and the fear that I cannot grow it further, that I don't have what it takes. I'm not powerful enough. So I manifested experience. I'm not going into the details of it, but I manifested a business partner that helped me to bankrupt that business and brought it to the ground. So I self-manifested losing it all, and I self-manifested essentially experience when I really learned that you've got to be in your own power, not looking for a savior or somebody else to do it for you because you're not powerful enough. Anyhow, so I lost that connection in that business, even though what I was doing was making a difference, but I lost myself. So I lost that business. And in that crisis where, for 2 solid years, I was trying to rebuild my business and it just wasn't happening because I was trying to do it in the same way, through the mind, through the hard work, through determination. It was not happening. In that crisis, I had a huge awakening. I cannot describe it in any other way, that divine moment. And believe me when I say that, even especially at the time, I wasn't really even particularly like open, energetically open, but I had absolutely the divine moment or message, if you like, that simply said, connect spirituality and business strategy, energy and action, connected. It's not about, and business energetics is not about rejecting one or the other. It's about creating an alchemy, a marriage of healthy, empowered aspects of these two, feminine and masculine. Healthy, empowered. You see, that's where just like babies are born, it's such a miracle. It's where the healthy, empowered, feminine and masculine come together, create absolute miracle of a human being. That's what happens when you heal the disempowered feminine and masculine in the business, and when you connect them together, beautiful growth beyond logic can happen. Okay, that's to me what business energetics is. And I'm saying it because probably you've done maybe previously programs that focused purely on masculine, the strategy, do it this way, this way, this way, this way. That's not healthy. Even though it can be useful, please do not, if you've done those programs and courses before that, do it this way, this way, this way. It's all valuable in a sense that you feed it your conscious, your logical mind with possibilities how it can be done. But it's not helpful in a way that follow the strategy, do, and then you succeed. It's not, it's not working that way, because otherwise you would already have your business where you wanted it to be at its absolute fullness, full stop. It doesn't work that way, because energy and that other aspect is incredibly important. Equally speaking, there are plenty of programs and coaches out there who will focus on the mindset and energy piece and the feminine, divine feminine, which is very, very important. Is that creativity, is that flow, it's very, very important. But you know what? I'm noticing very many, especially women, we get lost in as we go beyond that. Okay, I'm not going to kill myself anymore. I recognize there is more, So we lean into perhaps manifestation or law of attraction or working with divine feminine. Many women reject masculine altogether. I don't want to do funnels, or I don't want to do selling because I want to be in flow. I want to be creative. Is that you? That's not healthy either. That's not healthy either. Okay? Divine feminine and masculine marriage. This is what business energetics is when that strategy becomes the masculine becomes the natural extension of that energy. It becomes the matter of course. It becomes extension of it. It becomes so much easier. So it's not rejection of masculine. No, it shouldn't be that way. You're losing out. So yes, I started this then 11 years ago from that fateful time in the garden. When I had that message, I started with just my first program back then, Spiritual Entrepreneurial Mastermind. And I was developing and living this ever since then. I gave myself to this idea that spirit and business is meant to be one, business energetics. And sure, it changed my life beyond my wildest imagination, of course, and my business. I went from really struggling, overlooked coach to internationally known and sought after coach. Currently, we're serving really clients from 184 countries. I think we're literally missing a few more countries to make the World Wide Web. I changed my environment, going from the tiny little house to this dream home. But everything changed. My life changed. Everything changed. My relationship, we went from that crisis because of I was working too hard, etc., to more deeper and more loving relationship than ever. And we have 3 children now, no 2, etc. So more love, more happiness, more love with my body, different, like everything. But more importantly, that's just me. More importantly, along the way, in those 10, 11 years, there are thousands of women, thousands of change makers who are walking, talking, smile like me, because we already know the power of this work. That we know that yes, we can have insanely successful business and successful everything else, multidimensional success. That's what we stand for. What then is business energetics when you stop? Look, it's not a quick fix, okay? I will tell you that. One of the 5 pillars of business energetics is multi-dimensional energetics, meaning learning how to work with energy of time and space for the benefit of you and growth of your business. Meaning that most entrepreneurs and most business owners still in this traditional business, we work in the realm of linearity, logical linear mind. I know what happened last quarter, so I can set the goals and predict next quarter. I know what happened last year, so I can predict what will happen and set the goals for la 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 la. We've got to unstick ourselves from that and create. I mean, don't you want growth beyond logic? Illogical growth? Don't you want that? Of course, and it's possible. I know it's possible because my clients are creating it all the time. I'm creating it all the time. But for that, we've got to unstick ourselves from the realm of logic. And here is where the energetics of time and space come in. Yes. So I called it multidimensional energetics, and I teach it very deeply inside of business energetics academic courses, programs, because it speeds everything up many fold. The internal transformations, external, it just speeds everything else up. So yes, I'm all up for collapsing timelines and all of that. At the same time, I will not be sitting here ever and will tell you, but build your divine empire or business energetics course is quick fix. Just step in tomorrow, everything will be different. I'm not the type of person. I'm not going to be feeding you with BS. Mastery is required. Okay? Mastery is required and it's worth it. So I don't know if it will be you who will share your story like literally tomorrow. It can happen. It can happen. I do have clients stepping into my programs and literally in matter of weeks, and kid you not, they're showing sign of quantum leaps, like quantum, massive, I don't know, whatever it was, massive leaps. You can read some of your stories on the websites. So maybe it will be you. If that's going to be you, fantastic. But you know what? Maybe it won't be you, because maybe you will require more process, more internal change when you go through the layers of your embodiment, your, mastery. And that's okay. And that's okay. We're all very different. So I'm not going to be promising you that this is a fast fix and you'll get result. You'll do your work, but I know you will work, yes, with time energetics. Yes. And this mastery is freaking worth it because it's life changing. It's not just business changing, it's life changing. Ankhara very kindly, she is one of my dear clients, very kindly came to share her experience.
Hi. Oh, I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you so much for your time. So good to have you introduce yourself and share your story, my dear.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks so much for being here. And hi, everyone. Hello. I'm Ankhara, and this is what I'm really called to say here. I was called into this work. It was a calling. It was a calling in my heart. I'm a very logical person, right? I'm recovering from my logician being kind of the driving force in my life. But when I came across Lenka's work, it was a soul calling that I just couldn't ignore. And everything that we've been learning yesterday, today, everything that I've learned in all of the programs within, I'm part of Limitless Millionaire, but everything in Change Makers and Miracle Woman as well, it's all building my power to be able to call people in, not to logic people in, not to, list off all the things that are part of the programs. And since I've stepped into this, I have my own company and I do my own work, but this work helped me cross the threshold of that, magical $100,000 year mark, which, I spent so long trying to figure out, how does it work? How do I do it? What do I offer? All the brain pieces. But when I went through money code and I shifted my relationship with money and I stepped into the energetics of, I am that woman, I am that limitless creator. Of course I'm making $100,000. All of a sudden I looked at my bank account and I was like, oh, I made $100,000. And it was just so amazing for me. Can I just keep on talking about this? Because I just feel like I'm like the biggest fan of this work. The beauty of I know that Build Your Divine Empire is going to be incredible. And the beauty of being a part of a 12-month container with you means that, just like you were saying, I am immersed in this energy every day. I walk every morning and in my headphones, I am listening to Lenka. I am going through these programs. I am doing the activations. I am immersed in this. And so do I slip sometimes into fear? Of course I do. But I have all the tools and all the resources and all the reminders that I need to remember who I really am. And I just feel like my growth has been exponential. Like I am someone who it is exponential quantum leaping growth.
Oh, Ankhara, this is so beautiful. Can we give a huge yes, queen, to Ankhara? It wasn't that long, you said, Lenka, I, looked and yeah, I did that, that first 100K year after try. Can it be this easy? Isn't that amazing? That amazing. I will always remember this question you're asking because we want to be everyone be in this space. Can it be this easy? Yes, it's meant to be this easy.
It can be. And like the trick is, it is the energetics, it is the identity. When we're really fully in that identity, it all of a sudden becomes easy because all of the layers of the mind that make it hard drop off. And we're just that powerful.
There is a way to grow your business that does not rely on logic. A way to scale your impact that does not require you putting more and more hours into it and working harder. This is business energetics, where we collapse time, where money flows not because of what you do, but because of who you are, where your divine empire expands as naturally as you breathe, where you create business growth beyond logic. Are you ready to create it?